Good morning, friends. Benny's eating his breakfast. We're just going to not hear him. We're going to start our coffee, as always. The cinnamon dolce from Starbucks. Going to toss it in our Instapot, get it going. I'm going to toss in a half a scoop of the Perfect Keto Cinnamon Toast Keto Collagen. It's my favorite flavor. They did come out with a strawberry one, so I haven't tried it yet. I seen like Nicole Burgess making it with what is it, like yogurt or something like that? I don't know. I might try it. But nonetheless, this is my favorite one. I like to toss this in my coffee because it tastes delicious. And growing out my hair and, you know, my joints and all that stuff and my nails. So I'm really trying to, I've really noticed a difference. So nonetheless, if you guys want to try it out, I have a code down below. New creamer update. We're going back to the super creamer vanilla. The serving size for this is 3 tablespoons, but I find 3 tablespoons to be too sweet, so I'm only using 2. But yeah, so I'm going to have some coffee. I'm actually really disappointed in my ketones this morning, that 0.4. I'm thinking it's cycle related. I'm going to do a little bit of research now on our break, and I'll talk about it when I think I have a definite answer. But I'm mid-cycle, so like the O is happening, you know, and I've read before, and I have to reread it to think if I'm right, but I feel like I always like have like a gain during ovulation, and my hormones are always kind of crazy because you know your body's like trying to do its thing. So I don't know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I'm gonna look it up and I'll get back to you. We'll talk about it. But nonetheless, I'm gonna have 2 tablespoons, 30 grams of her, have a scoop of him, toss it in my coffee. And then as always, today's a good day to have a good day. Something wonderful is going to happen today. We're going to do something today that's going to make our tomorrow better. I'm also going to go through and probably change out this nail polish because I did my nails last night. If you guys are new here, I do my own nails. This is like a quarantine hobby I came up with. And sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're not. This time they're really not. So I have my little kit and everything out here. This is all my little nail stuff, and I'm going to buzz this color off and repaint it. I have a very limited like color selection, so I kind of go in between all the same ones. But nonetheless, coffee time, excellent, good day. Today we have a full day of eating, no frills, super simple, basic keto. Let's do this, friends. First things first, there's nothing better than a hot cup of coffee to kick this day right in the ass. So let's do this. So I painted my nails. This is okay. First off, I should probably say I'm just giving an update. I'm sure people don't care about my damn nails, but I don't know, whatever content. I'm not a professional. I'm learning, so they're not the best, but you know, I'm learning, and it's a trial and error type of thing. But nonetheless, this is what they look like. I ended up going, you can't see, it's like a red. It's just red. It's this is the color, if you guys were wondering. It's the Kiara Sky No Regrets, and I have like these little like gold foil things, and I put them on my ring finger because I want to pretend like I'm really fancy. But I cut the crap out of my pinky with I have a carbide bit that I use that I like to use to take off the polish and stuff, and it works really good, but it's hard to do it on yourself. But I'm learning, definitely a process. I really wanted to do like a pastel pink or something, but I don't have any of those colors. So I have to, my sister and my dad bought me a bunch of like different paint colors for Christmas, and the place they go to is like way up north by like Wrigley Field, if you guys are from the area, so it's really far. But where she gets them from, these polishes are only like $7 or $8. If I like order them online, they're like $15, so it might be worth the voyage to go up there. But got a little fresh set. I'm also going to do a little self-tanning today. Let me show you this is also the post mess. I also was doing dip nails too. That was my knee. I was doing dip colors for a really long time, and I love the Rebel brand. These were like my favorites. I'll show you this one's called Rhea. That one's really pretty. I have so many colors. Oh, that's just the stuff. I have like so many colors of dip polish. I loved doing the dip polish. But for my actual acrylic, I'm using Young Nails right now. My sister also bought me that, but I have so many colors. I definitely recommend Rebel for if you guys are trying to do your own dip nails. Okay, off to the self-tanning topic now. I used to do like the foam or like the mousse or whatever, but that dries out my skin. So I found this one on, where is it called? Amazon, and this from Grocerism, self tanner, effective, powerful, intensive. I got streak free. Blah 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 blah. Was this the one that was like? I'm pretty sure this one was the one that didn't have any like the crazy stuff in it. But I don't know. I'll let you know. All right, off to finish my coffee. All right, we're gonna have some breakfast. It's about 10:24. I waited a little long. I'm kind of really hungry now. What I'm gonna do first is, let me tell you what we're gonna have. I've been getting a lot of requests about the chaffles. Not really the biggest chaffle fan. I'm not gonna do them like a lot of people you see with like the almond flour and everything. Would those come out more probably thicker and stuff like that? Yeah, probably. But I want to do mine. I'm trying to stay away from all the almond flour and stuff. Trying to really limit it. Somebody had mentioned last week when I did the 90-second bread to be careful with it, and I agree. So what we're going to do for this chaffle is we're just going to use the Keto Dad one. I remember making his a couple years ago. And we're just going to try it out with, he did like 1/4 of a cup of shredded cheese and an egg, and did it that way. So this is just a little, same thing. It's just Chalk Zero sent it to me a long time ago. So yeah, we're going to use some eggs, but instead of using like already pre-shredded cheese, I'm just going to use, I have bought a big brick, and I'm going to shred up a big chunk of this, and then I'm going to put it in a Ziploc or a container just for a later date. That way, you know, we don't have to worry so much about the, this is less than 1 gram, but it's more or less the flour. So I'm like becoming weird now, guys. I'm reading, I'm not just looking at the macros, I'm reading ingredients now. It's so weird. It's a total eye-opening experience for me. So nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take a chunk of this, I'm going to shred it, and we're going to use some for a chaffle, and we're going to do like a steak sandwich. There's the steak. We're going to do steak and egg sandwich. So first off, let's get this. All right, so while I was shredding up that cheese, I threw my meat on this little flat grill or flat pan. Sorry, can't see it. And this is just some cecina or like some bottom round steak. They're super lean and thin, so it doesn't take too long to cook these up. They're one of my favorites. You don't even have to season it. It's just fine the way it is, because it's seasoned already. A little bit of salt and oil. It's my favorite. So, ooh, look at that nice crisp we got on there. So, got that going. Here is our big old thing of cheese, and we still have this big chunk left. And yeah, so let's get our stuff together for our chaffle. Okay, so I have a little measuring cup here. This is 1/3 of a cup, but we're going to do a little bit less because we need only about 1/4 of a cup of cheese to go in this mixture. So we're going to toss that in there. And then we're going to take 1 large egg. And he said that this mixture should be enough for 2, I guess. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to mix her up. Make sure the cheese is all in there. I mean, if you guys wanted, I'm going to season it a little bit. If you guys wanted to, some black pepper, do the almond flour one, you could. I just want to try this one out. I know there's a lot of recipes, and even on the back of this box that this thing came in had the almond flour recipe. So I might actually put, if I can find it, a little, I'm going to add just a little smidgen of baking powder. Just a little smidgen of baking powder, like 1/4 of a teaspoon, just to get it to rise. But we'll see how it goes. Kind of winging it, doing it my own way right now. But again, if you feel like you have like the best recipe down for a chaffle, leave it down below. Share it with the group. Okay, we're good. Let's make sure the baking soda's all mixed in. Yep. Okay. So let's come over here. Okay, so we're over here, and he said just add a little bit of cheese to the griddle because it'll take away the eggy taste if you add a little cheese to the griddle. Okay. Kids weren't up then, they're gonna be up now. All right, so we got that melting, and we're gonna take a little bit of this mixture. This is from the Keto Dad. I don't know if you guys follow along with the Keto Dad or not. And you don't have to fill it up all the way, just make sure all the little bits are covered. I keep mine on this little thing here. You can put it on a plate. And then it's gonna steam, do its thing. All right, so it's pretty much done. I just want to add a little bit more cheese to the top. It did overflow a little bit on the side, but what else? Just a little bit more. Because I want it to be real crispy. Just so you could see, it overflowed right here. I think the chaffle debate comes down to like pancakes versus waffles. Like, which one do you like more? I tried them before, I think last year, and I wasn't truly a fan. But, you know, we'll try it. All right, so while the other chaffle is going, I have my eggs frying up. I put a tablespoon of butter in and fried the eggs in that. Just because that meat is so lean, I needed a little extra fat. Chaffle is still going. Once I guess it stops steaming is when you could take it out. And then I have this one right here. It is crispy. So we got some crispiness going. All right, so here is the truffle sandwich. Not as crispy as I wanted the truffle. Okay, so I have the 2 fried eggs in butter, and then I have just a chunk of that meat. I have another piece I'm gonna eat with it, and then the 2 truffles. But let's go ahead and cut into it. Cut into it. All right, so I took a big old bite out of it. It's really good. It's really, really good. I don't taste, it's not eggy, but it is really cheesy, but it's very good. So this, my friends, is what's for breakfast. A truffle steak and egg sandwich. All right, here's an update though. I did finish that sandwich and I have this, like these pieces of meat on the side to eat. I am full. Are truffles traditionally that heavy? I don't remember the last time I had them, but man, whew, they are sitting like a ton of bricks. So yeah, I guess that's like kind of a good thing. Still 90-second bread till I die. I still think that one's way better. And the cleanup is way better too. But nonetheless, it was very, very filling. All right, so I will say this. I felt like the truffle was like filling at first. And then I got hungry a little while later. And then I finished a little bit of meat that was left, and now I'm hungry again. So I'm going to drink some water and kind of see. Here's my glucose, 99, just checking to make sure. I don't know, maybe almond flour would have made it a little bit more. I mean, it was filling initially, but I don't feel like it was keeping me full. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to drink some water. I didn't really drink a lot of water today, so I'm going to try to get a big old thing of water in and then see how I feel. All right, this is my ketones. I haven't updated the app. That's why the dates and times are wrong. All right, so we're in ketosis. We're at a 0.7. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we'll take that. At least we know blood sugar's looking good. Ketones are looking good. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to get my big thing of water and fill that up. And if I'm still hungry, then we'll meet back for a snack. I don't know. I mean, the truffle was... I'm here, by the way. The truffle was good. It initially, I don't know. I still prefer the 90-second bread. But it was good. But I think the mess was... Rhea, what'd you think about cleaning up that?
It was okay.
You prefer the 90-second bread cleanup or the truffle cleanup?
The bread.
Rhea does dishes, and she wasn't too thrilled about cleaning up after that truffle. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I don't see the whole thing. But again, though, the 90-second bread does have the almond flour and all that stuff. So I can see that, and it has the butter. So I think it's just fattier and heavier as opposed to the Truffles. But it's also, I'm a pancake person versus waffle. Okay, my friends, I am out of the shower. I drank a ton of water, so I'm not really hungry. And if you like a ton, I drink like 2 of these. So I definitely was thirsty. Make sure you drink your water, because sometimes if you like shouldn't feel hungry and you're like, what the hell's going on, then try your water. If you're still hungry, then eat. But I knew I didn't drink enough water, so I knew that had to be my problemo. But then I took a shower, and like all this long hair is extension, so I can't wash my hair every day. So I wanted to tell you guys too, like, I'm doing little things to celebrate, like kind of like I mentioned it, like healing from the inside out. And like these last few months, like I had really like let myself go, not only with my weight, but like with my appearance. And I'm not trying to say like I'm vain, but I've always been one to take care of my appearance. I've always been one to make sure my hair was done, and I've always, you know, enjoyed putting makeup on. I never got dressed every day, but I did, you know, take care of myself. I just didn't look and feel so bad. So, like one of the things I've been doing is, like you guys seen with the eyelashes. So I do them myself. Let me show you. I do them myself because eyelash extensions are like hella pricey, and I just don't like the upkeep. And I got these ones from Lashify, and I do the like, I think it's, what is it, 14, 11, and 12. And I just bought like the little lashes or whatever. If you join the Lashify Facebook group, they show you like how to map them out. I did like a little horrible DIY or a little thing how I put them on Instagram. But yeah, so I'm going to put my lashes on today. I wanted to make sure I held off to put my lashes on because I wanted to wash my hair, and I don't like to get my lashes wet for 24 hours after I put them on. So I washed my hair. I use the Matrix Biolage, and I get that from Salon Centric. And then I use a leave-in conditioner, and this is my favorite. This is the one my sister carries at her salon, and she recommends it. And this is the Pravana Intense Therapy Leave-In Spray, and it smells so good. And I just put like through, with the extensions you have to really keep them moistured so they don't get like brittle and stuff. But even with my own hair, like I'm taking these extensions out I think probably next month, and look at how long my hair has gotten. If you guys are new, I was like a blonde for a very long time, so I had a lot of breakage. And it's not like because I had it done wrong, it's just because bleach breaks your hair. So anyways, doing like a little leave-in spray, and then I follow it up with, this is another thing my sister recommends. This is the Verb Ghost Oil. You can probably order these online, but I get mine from Salon Centric. My sister gets them for me. And then I'm gonna self-tan. So for my face, I use this one, and this is the one I've been using. It's from a friend of mine. She goes under Beauty by Cindy Vick on Instagram, and she makes these. These are just like with essential oils and stuff. She even puts what it is: rose water, glycerin, fragrance, rose extract, and then the dye. So anyways, this is a bronze facial mist. It's really good. I'm almost done, and I think these are like 15, 18 bucks. She ships them out really quickly. She makes one for dry skin, and she makes one for oily skin. Check her out. She does like lipsticks too, like lip plumpers. I like those too. I bought one of those from her. And I always like supporting like small businesses, so Cindy's cool. And then I'm gonna do my self-tanning for my legs and my back, but I gotta wait for Leo gets home because he does my back. You can't ask these kids to do your back because they act like you're traumatizing them. Like when I was like, couldn't you put the self-tanner on my back? Mom, that's gross. Whatever. If you guys were looking for, this is the one I was using. This is the Bondi Sands Australian Tenant Ultra Dark. It's pretty good. I like it. I lost my mitt to put it on, but this stuff dries me out so bad. It dries my skin out so very bad. And then, yeah, I also did just place an order for like some new skincare because my skin's been really dry, and I just wanted something. I wanted, you know, a little pamper. I wanted to get into a better skincare routine, but the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I think it's important I had to put chapstick on because my lips hurt real bad. Anybody? Anybody know what that's from? The reason why I'm telling you guys this is being on a weight loss journey is one thing, but I think it's really important to take care of you on the inside and on the outside. And whether that's, you know, going to get your nails done, like, you know, I don't go and get I do them myself, but the dog, going to get your nails done, going to get a haircut, you know, going to get a facial. If you don't have the money, learning to do it yourself like I did. You know, whatever it is, just take time to celebrate you and not celebrate with food. I've had to learn that. I've always celebrated with food like I was a dog and I was giving myself a treat, and I'm worth more than that. So I need to reinvest into myself. And if you guys have any suggestions how to get this dog to stop barking, it has been absolutely horrendous. I bought the bark box off of Amazon. It didn't work. My neighbor next door said to try like a water bottle full of coins and shake it by him. Didn't work. Somebody else said, I read on the internet, to spray him with a water bottle. He was like trying to lick it. Like, he's a Chihuahua. Benny's half Chihuahua, half Spaniel, and he's a barker. Yes. I know Chihuahuas are barkers, but this is really, really bad. Like, he barks all the time, and it's really bad. Because it's, like, he barks at old people who are, like, walking down the street. And, like, the other day he, like, startled one of them, and I was afraid he was going to fall. And, like, I don't need that on my conscience. So, but anyways, Leo's going to come home. We're going to have, like, kind of a weird dinner. I think he wanted to bring home some steaks today. So we're going to have steaks. He wants to grill because it's 80. It's 80 degrees here in April. Unheard of. So we're going to do like I think we're going to do steaks or maybe lamb chops. I don't know what he said. And I got some lobster tails on sale the other day at Mariano. So we're going to have some of those and some asparagus. So it's going to be a really, really good dinner. I'm really excited. The kids are really excited because the girls all love lobster tail and they all love asparagus. So, and they're big meat eaters. So it's going to be a dinner for the crowds. But I know someone's going to complain that I play with my hair too much right now, but I had to make sure the oil was evenly dispensed. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I'm going to do my lashes. I'm going to self-tan my face. Taking care of me. And that's important. So, all right, I'm going to finish drinking some water. Leo should be home and we'll start dinner. So I'm going to try out something different. I seen this at the store the other day and I was going to get it, but what was in it that we didn't know? Oh, it was made with margarine, the butter spread. So what I'm doing is I took a stick of just the Carrie's butter. This is the unsalted butter. And I threw it in the microwave just to soften it so I can mash it. And I'm going to make, I think you guys call it a compound, because I've made something similar before. But what I did buy was some fresh rosemary. So I'm going to take a couple of those sprigs and mix them in along with some garlic. And I think that would be it. I don't want to over season it either. But I want to throw this on because we're going to have that lobster tail and we're going to have, let me show you the steaks Leo brought home. These are some beef loin, top sirloin steaks. So anyways, we're going to have some of these steaks and I want to put some of that butter on here as well. And yeah, so we're going to do that with some, and these are the cold water lobster tails we got. So they're all ready to go, but I think that homemade butter would make it a little bit better, right? Don't you think? So something different. So anyways, let's try it. So like I said, I just have this stick of butter melted. I only put it in for about 20 seconds. So let's start mixing it together and see what we come up with. I don't know how we're going to test it. You can't just try it. That's gross just to eat plain butter. You know what? I'm wondering if I'm going to chop up those rosemary. It's kind of big, you know, and I don't want like to be spitting out any chunks of rosemary.
You gotta mince them pretty good too.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna mince up some rosemary. Just kind of oh, it smells good. I also bought thyme, but what I've seen people using for like steaks and stuff was the rosemary, so that's why I'm opting for this. But I seen this guy on TikTok and he just threw it in the pan with his steak, but we're going to grill ours today because like I said, it's nice and warm out, so we're going to take advantage of the weather today. So I think that should be enough. We got a nice little pile here, and then I get a lot of questions about this knife. I have it linked down below. Leo picked it up off of Amazon and I think it was like $30 something, but it's a good knife. And Leo sharpens his knife with just a sharpening stick. Is that what they're called, Lee?
Sharpening steel.
A sharpening what?
Steel.
Sharpening steel.
But I use a stone too.
But he uses a stone too.
But that keeps its edge pretty good, so I haven't had to use a stone on it yet.
Yeah. He said it keeps the edge pretty well, so he hasn't had to sharpen it with the stone. Alright, I think that's good. Smells good. Oh, you know what? We didn't slap it. You're supposed to slap fresh herbs. I seen Rachel Ray say that. That you're supposed to slap them to bring them alive. To bring the flavor to life. Oops. Alright, and then I'm going to take some granulated garlic. Toss that in. And then we're just going to mix. Oh, that actually looks just like the one from there. Want to come look?
I can see it.
No, you can't. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So if you could see, I don't know if I should put a little bit more, the green herbs and stuff. And again, I'm just trying to watch my ingredients. I'm trying to be better at that. So this is going to be for our dinner tonight. So got that, we'll put that off to the side, and then we'll start prepping all of the food. Leo, what are you doing?
I'm just cutting them in half. And then when we go to grill them, we'll start them off meat side down to get just a quick sear on them, and then we just flip them back over for a few minutes, and then we'll baste them with some of that compound butter you made.
Okay. So keep. I have my microphone in my hand, and I'm holding it up like I'm interviewing him. Like I'm Geraldo. Jenny Jones. Go, Jenny.
That's pretty much it.
I
Just gonna, if you wanna, I recommend use scissors.
Yeah.
And then just cut along the top, and then get a sharp knife, and then cut all the way through. I'm too lazy to look for the scissors, so I'm just gonna use a knife to completely break all the way through. Just be careful if you're using this method; it's a little dangerous. And then if some of these break off, just make sure they're not inside the meat there.
Oh, look who it is. The Barker. Hey. All right, so with the asparagus, we just make sure you chop off the ends. I do it the same way he does, where everything's still in place with the rubber bands. And then are you going to spread it with some olive oil?
Yeah. You're actually supposed to push the rubber band down to the bottom and pull it up higher.
Huh.
I forgot.
That's the way I've always done it.
Do we have to wash? Do we wash these?
We're gonna grill them. Asparagus is one of those super keto-friendly vegetables. Again, stick with mostly green. The green veggies will pretty much never lead you wrong when it comes to keto. You know, you could still... I try to get most of my carbs from my vegetables, and that's kind of how I've been doing it. More of the simple, like I said, always a simple, you know, no frills keto. So any of my carbs, like I said, are coming from... Oh, here's how Leo sharpens this dog. It's like he knows already. And then you rinse off the knife so you don't get any...
I never rinse it, but everybody lose their mind and I don't rinse it. So I'm going to rinse it for everyone out there.
Leo said you guys picked on him when it came to not rinsing the blade off. So now he does it. But yeah, so anyways, most of my vegetables are coming from either the creamer in my coffee, the vegetables I'm eating, or cheese. So there's no net carbs anywhere else to be found. So what are you doing now, babe? Gonna get Benny a piece?
Huh? Yeah.
Aw. And he didn't even want a dog. Look at that.
So they're a little bit on the thicker side. I mean, there's nothing wrong with grilling them just like that, but I just like to cut them in half just so it'll be done a little quicker.
Can you say that again? Because I had to put my microphone back on.
I said they're a little bit on the thicker side, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them in half. You can grill them just like that; they're fine. But I just like them to be done a little faster.
All right, so why did you choose this type of meat? Is this the better? Because people are having a hard time figuring out what kind of meats to use. Because, you know, some of them are too lean. Like, I feel like the the cecina's too lean.
Yeah, well, see, sirloin usually is a little lean, but I bought the prime cut today, so it's got a little bit of marbling and some fat in there too.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with this one.
So
But the best one to go with if you're on keto, I feel, is probably a chuck steak or ribeye steaks.
And what other kind of meat cuts do you recommend that are higher, that are good, like fattier choice of meat?
Like I said, anything that's a chuck. Even in New York, it'd be a little fatty if they don't trim it too much, you know, because it comes with a pretty big fat cap.
The Wagyu?
You could afford, the Wagyu steak. That's always got a lot of marbling and fat in it, but I feel like that's more of a treat than a keto thing. I mean,
How about like lamb or chicken, or like what do you else that are fattier?
Definitely chicken thighs. Those are pretty high in fat, I feel.
And those are affordable.
Yeah, and they're affordable too. They're usually only like $1, maybe a pound, if that.
Yeah.
Chicken wings got a lot of fat in them too.
Yeah, chicken wings.
And
drumsticks.
Drumsticks, they're okay, but if you ever get this stuff on your meat, you want to take that off because that's like just basically chewing on a piece of gum.
How about for pork? What do you recommend?
Pork, there's a lot of stuff. You could have pork belly. You could have untrimmed pork chops. You could have ribs. Sometimes they're real fatty. Pork butt steaks. Not all stores carry them, but some do. I would recommend that. And what else?
Lamb.
Oh, lamb for sure. But a lot of people don't like lamb because it's got a little bit of a gamey taste to it. I love it, but a lot of people don't really care for it.
It's okay. Not really. I've had leg of lamb. I've never had any other way, and I didn't like it. What else?
What else is good?
How about spiral hams?
Spiral hams are good. They could have some good chunks of fat in them. But you have to be careful because those are usually treated or pumped with some kind of solution, and you don't really know what's in them. So you really got to be careful and read that label.
Yes, babes. Yes, I'm so proud of you. So let me ask you this. Now that you've been doing this for a little bit while, okay, what do you want to be on camera? No. Okay, so that's why.
I'm straight from work.
Okay, he doesn't want to be on camera. That's why we're not posting his face. So you could just look at the steaks. So now that you've been doing this, and I applaud you because I know this is hard and it's a whole new learning process. You got to come over here because I have my microphone. Okay. You have now, since you're checking your ketones and you're checking your glucose daily, do you feel that the whole net carbs thing is kind of BS, where you really should watch the labels, like where I do that where I'm on this simple keto, where trying to pull away from all the frills of the cookies and the breads and the tortillas? I mean, do you notice that it does a little bit spike on your insulin or it drops your ketones? Like, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I feed whatever you give me. I eat whatever you feed me.
I wish you guys could have seen me literally pass the microphone to him. What are your thoughts? Back to you, Leo.
I don't know. I mean, it works.
No, but what did you say? You even notice that some things spike your...
Oh, yeah, because you definitely... I was having these... I forget what they're called, though, but they were like these keto cookies or something. And I noticed that my blood sugar would run a little high every time I had them, because on the weekends I usually don't. I don't take a lunch, or I don't pack all the extra snacks and stuff, because I usually get out at a decent time. And I noticed that the days that I don't take them, my blood sugar and my ketones are a lot higher. My blood sugar is lower and my ketones a little higher.
Yep. So, I mean,
they were good. But
they're good, and
they say that, and they were only supposed to be like 3 net carbs, but you just...
The sugar alcohols.
You have to pay attention to what's in there. It's the sugar alcohols for me that mess me up, I feel.
It's the sugar alcohols for me too, babes. So proud of you. All right, we're going to finish prepping this. Are you going to season that meat, or are we going to leave it?
I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to season it right before I throw it on the grill.
All right, so what are we going to do with that asparagus?
I'm probably just going to throw some foil on it and just toss it on the top rack of the grill.
What are we going to season it with?
I don't know, probably just some garlic, salt, pepper, maybe.
Okay. You going to put olive oil or butter?
Probably do a couple of pads of butter, I think. So it'll melt slowly and seep in there.
Yes, all right, all right. So salt, pepper, garlic on the asparagus with a couple pads of butter. And we'll see you guys outside when we throw this stuff on the grill. Okay, here we go. Grilling time, grilling time. What did you put? Oh, you're doing them over there. My bad.
Yeah. This is my favorite seasoning for steaks. Because usually for steaks, I like to keep it simple. I just do salt, garlic, pepper, and this has a little bit of all of that.
And it's clean.
And it's clean. So that's what I like to use.
Got it at Costco.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the steaks. We're doing the charcoal grill. Charcoal, I think, tastes better for steaks. Hopefully they can hear me. So the microphone's the other way. All right, tell them how you do it, babe.
I just put them on here.
How long? You gotta give them.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you gotta. The best way to find out is to temp the internal temperature and get them to the temp that's your personal preference for. Because a lot of people like them well done. Like people like them with a little pink in the middle. So, you know, for a little bit of pink in the middle, you want to pull them off at about 120. When they're this thick, they're about a ½ inch thick. So you probably leave them for maybe 2 minutes each side tops. If they were a little bit thicker, the way we left them, maybe 3-4 minutes each side, and you would get a little pink in the middle too.
Okay.
So that was about 2 minutes on a real hot fire.
How do you know when the coals are that hot?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you know it's that hot?
When they're white.
Oh.
When they're white and they got a little bit of glowing red in between them, that means they're super duper hot.
Oh,
That's the best time, in my opinion, to put on a steak.
And then you're adding some of the butter.
Yeah, just a little bit, not a lot. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If this was a leaner steak, then you go with a little more butter.
Ooh.
But these are prime, so they're gonna have a decent amount of fat on them, I feel, or should have a decent amount of fat on them. So we'll leave them for maybe another minute, and we'll pull them off, and it should be good.
Okay, so here goes the lobster. Hopefully they can hear me. Can you tell them? So they can't hear me because the microbes.
So here go the lobster tails. I start them off meat side down for about a minute or two, and then I flip them back over. You want to treat these kind of like a giant shrimp. You don't want to overcook them because then they'll get rubbery and kind of hard on you.
I like doing them like this too because I like the grill marks.
Yeah, they look kind of cool.
All right, my friends, here are those cooked up lobster tails. And you can see it has that green in there from the rosemary because we use that butter. Guys, do yourself a favor and make this butter compound. It seriously is so good. How about it, Lee? It really just makes such a difference. And you know what's in it. I know, this, if you have your own herb garden, oh my gosh, you can do so much. But definitely recommend doing it with the rosemary and the garlic. And then we have the steamed asparagus with some butter, some salt, pepper, and garlic. And then I put some fresh lemon on there too. And then here are the steaks that you've seen Leo make on the grill. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my plate. But everybody's going to eat good. This is something everybody in the family loves. So hopefully you guys get some dinner inspo from this one. Okay, my friends, here is my plate. I got a piece of that sirloin steak, right, babe? Mm-hmm. Sirloin steak, and then this is a whole lobster tail with some of the asparagus. I'm probably going to add one more piece of meat here, but I just want to let you know Leo plated this up to show you guys, and he did such a great job. It looks very nice. It looks very profesh. But the center is off. All right, let's wrap up this full day of eating. Let's check these macros. I'm thinking, I don't know, I think we should be good. I definitely should not have waited. I didn't snack or anything, so first thing I think we're gonna check is the glucose, and then we'll check our ketones. So let's see what we're working with here. Ooh, that's a good number, 82. Okay. Dinner was so good, you guys. It was so good. That butter, you have to make. Promise me you'll try. Especially if you have your own like herb garden. You can really get creative. So here's our ketones. Damn, down to a 0.4 again. I wonder what that was. Maybe too much protein? I don't know. I definitely think I need to get a little bit more fat into my diet. I'm thinking I'm definitely getting enough protein, but I need to up my fat a little bit. So I'm going to keep on this kind of without tracking, maybe for, you know, the rest of the week, and I'm going to kind of watch my weight, and I'm thinking I might have to start tracking a little bit just to see about my fat, just to see if we can get our ketone reading higher, because I feel like I should be a little bit higher, at least steadily 0.7, 0.8, and I feel like I'm running kind of low, and I think it's because I'm doing a lot of protein, but I'm not getting enough fat. I think that's where our issue is, so I don't know. But all right, guys. Full day of eating is wrapped up. I'm going to go ahead and do my self-tanning, and I'm going to edit this video so you guys can see it tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. And we're learning. It's a learning process. And I'm learning every day. It's a little difficult, but we're figuring it out, and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself for making small changes that'll lead to big results. So if you're new here, subscribe, stick around. If you're an oldie but a goodie, hey, what's up? How you doing? And let's continue this on, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, friends.